Again, it's Nina Turner with the global Disney generic. All right, number one question. Now that we've seen episode 4, what is WandaVision about?
Hmm. WandaVision is about this strange occurrence happening in this town called Westview in New Jersey. From the perspective of Jimmy Woo, he arrives into this town on a missing persons case because someone has gone missing, and he discovers that there is in fact this missing town. And not only that, but the people around the town and near the town don't remember that this town even exists. So it's this real puzzle that he and Monica Rambeau and Darcy Lewis attempt to solve. And within this world is essentially this idyllic sitcom life that kind of changes from various eras of sitcom. And in that world is Wanda and Vision, and basically Jimmy Woo and the team are trying to figure out what's going on.
Why do you think fans love Wanda and Vision and the relationship so much?
Well, I think fans love Wanda and Vision for many reasons. I think in part because Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany are just incredible performers and very, very fun to watch. But I also think that there's a real love story there that I think is so beautiful, and to see them together in love and happy is just something that is it's just so fun and watchable, especially in these sitcom formats for WandaVision, to see that they are, that they're living this kind of ideal life, but then to also have that life kind of slowly break apart and crack, and to see that there's something going on there that shouldn't be, I think makes it really interesting. But ultimately, it's these two just amazing superheroes played by these amazing actors that makes them so fun to see.
How do you feel about returning to the MCU as part of this first ever Disney Plus series?
I am so excited to be a part of the first series, Marvel Studio series on Disney Plus. I just think it's an honor to be kicking it off, in particular to be able to perform in this show, because this show is so different. It's so unusual. It's so risk taking, and but it's also just so smart and clever, and there's so much heart in it, and I just think that it's just such a unique experience that to be a part of this show, it's really truly a thrill for me.
Speaking of that, introduce your character, when we last saw him, and what brings him to this new mission.
So we last saw Jimmy Woo in the movie Ant-Man and the Wasp, where he was trying to essentially make sure that Scott Lang stayed on house arrest, and back in San Francisco. And now we jump many years later, where Jimmy Woo has been called to figure out what was going on with this town, which has essentially disappeared, all of its inhabitants and the town itself, and everyone around the town has no recollection of this town ever existing, and he's been tasked to figure out what exactly is happening, and to solve this puzzle.
Okay, what is it about Jimmy Woo that makes him so appealing to fans?
I think Jimmy Woo is appealing to fans because he's a bit of an unusual character in that he is an FBI agent, and traditionally FBI agents in TV and film have been these tough guys, these alpha males, these badasses. And Jimmy is a little different in that he's very earnest and sincere and sweet, and there's a childlike nature to him. But he's also, at the same time, he's very good at his job, and he's very focused on figuring this out. There's a badass thing about him too, but there's also this real desire to connect to people, and there's this love of things like close up magic and card tricks, and these little things about him that I think make him a little strange, but so fun to watch.
Who does Jimmy work alongside with in Wandavision, and what's their relationship like?
So in WandaVision, at least in the episodes that we've seen thus far, Jimmy works very closely with Darcy Lewis, um, uh, and he works closely with Monica Rambeau in trying to figure out what's going on in this town. And his camaraderie, particularly with Darcy Lewis, is a very fun dynamic to watch, because the two are very different. They're very different from each other. Jimmy is, he's not one to speak badly of people, whereas Darcy will just say what's on her mind. Jimmy is, he's very, there's an innocence about him, and whereas Darcy will just, would just criticize you to your face. So to see them two working together, and in particular to see them two getting along so well, and to see that this kind of oddball pairing works so well, I think is pretty cool.
Speaking of that, describe the experience of working with Kat.
Working with Kat was amazing. I love Kat. I hadn't worked with her before. I knew of her, obviously. I was a fan of hers, but getting to work with her on this show was really fun, really fun. And she's just a real down-to-earth, funny, smart, talented person, and it shows on the screen. And we just had a lot of fun. We just had a lot of fun working on the show together.